Video games are not just kids' toys, but kids do play a lot of games. As games become even more mainstream, more and more parents wind up buying them for their kids without knowing anything about them. Many game stores will warn you to not buy mature-rated games for children, but not all of them do. Plus, a lot of games that are for younger children have content that still isn't suitable for them. So for you parents out there who don't know what games to buy for your kids, here's a quick guide to help you make good purchasing decisions. In the United States, all video games get rated by the ESRB, which stands for Entertainment Software Rating Board, and they receive 1 of 6 ratings. EC stands for Early Childhood. These games are best suited for small children and will often be simple games that contain low language, violence, or concepts that a toddler could not understand. E stands for Everyone. This is a pretty broad category, but these games are suitable for all ages. They can be extremely different, but they will never contain explicit language or bloody violence. There may be implied or cartoon character violence, and sometimes a bad word or two, but never enough that you as a parent should be worried. E10+ stands for Everyone 10 and Up, also a broad category. These games contain more of everything previously mentioned. They may be more violent, have more language, or other more explicit content in them. They do not have enough, though, to get a more mature rating classification. Teen. These games are suitable to ages 13 and above, and typically will contain violence and language. They also may contain mild sexual content and some adult activities like gambling or drinking. Mature. These games are suitable to 17-plus-year-olds and do contain either strong violence, language, adult concepts such as sexuality, blood and or gore, and anything else you can think of. These games really have no limit, except that they will not gamble real money or simulate real sex. AO stands for Adult Only. These games can and will have any amount of content in them and are not suitable to anyone that is not a full adult. Games may also receive RP, which stands for Rating Pending. They haven't been submitted for review yet due to how early they are in development, or they have been submitted for review but have not received a full review yet. Now, how do you use these ratings? Obviously, there are a lot of factors that go into deciding what games to buy your child. The first and foremost thing you should decide is how mature they are. Nobody knows your kid like you do, and if you think that they can handle some teen-rated games at 10 years old, then go for it. Beyond that, here are a few other tips to help you out. Buy from a video game store. I love online games and digital downloads, but I also have been playing games for my whole life. I can evaluate exactly what a game is going to be like based on the cover alone most of the time. For anyone who doesn't know about games though, I suggest going into a game store. As much as I dislike GameStop, the folks that work there know video games. Ask them for advice about a game your kid is interested in. They can tell you all about what's in it and recommend whether or not you should be buying it. Again, take your kid's maturity level into consideration in order to make a decision, but they can help you make the final call. Number 2, research a game. If you don't live near a video game store or for whatever reason can't use one, do just a bit of research on a game. 5 minutes of Google searching can tell you everything you need to know about a game. Just search for the game name and then type reviews after it, and you can find dozens or more reviews about a game where people who play games for a living can tell you the content that's in it and whether or not a kid should be playing it. Number 3, read the box. Say you're in Walmart, your smartphone is dead, and your kid wants a game right now. Most electronics department people have no idea about games, or don't care to tell you if they do. You can learn everything that you need to know about a game just by asking to look at the back of the box. Not only are ratings on there, but the box will also have a list of reasons why the game got the rating and features about the game. That information does not paint a whole picture, but it can give you a pretty good idea of whether or not your kid should be playing that game. So now that you understand what ratings mean and how to use them to determine what games you should get for your kids, where do you go from there? You still don't know very much about games themselves. Well, don't worry. Here's a list of games that are suitable for kids of various ages. I'll give a little description for each of them. Minecraft. This game is suitable for all ages. In this game, you craft tools to dig, cut, and mine materials, then you use those materials to build whatever you can imagine. Castles, houses, complex machines, statues, and more. Your imagination is the only limit. The Halo series. Halo does have a mature rating, but I've never been able to figure out why. The language in the game is very minor, and the violence is against aliens. While a bit more realistic than cartoon violence, it still isn't as gory as a game like Gears of War or God of War, and it isn't grounded in reality like Battlefield or Call of Duty. If you have a teenager or a mature preteen, this game is a great action shooter that you can enjoy. Please just teach them manners before they go online. Final Fantasy series. While the Final Fantasy games have changed a lot over the years, they've always been great role-playing games that tell a wonderful story. These fantasy games all do have violence and some language, but any kid with decent reading comprehension skills can handle anything this game can throw at them. They aren't explicit or gory, so even kids as young as 7 or 8, if they have the attention span, can play these games. Mario. Anything with Mario's name on it is going to be fine for kids of all ages. Mario Kart, Mario Party, any of the Mario sports games, and the original Mario games themselves have been targeted at kids for years. They are also usually games that parents who are unfamiliar with games can play easily as well. This means that these games are really good at letting you spend some time with your kid doing the thing that they love. Forza or Gran Turismo. These are simulation car racer games. They are harder to play but suitable for all ages. They contain no language or violence and can actually teach kids some of the basics about cars. From simple driving mechanics to in-depth technical descriptions, these games are great for kids who have an interest in cars or mechanical things. The Lego games. All of the Lego games are amazing for kids of all ages. They are super cartoony and fun to play, and easy enough for toddlers to learn. They have some hidden adult humor as well, so that parents don't go crazy watching their kids play the same level over and over again. They cover popular stuff that kids love, such as Batman, Star Wars, and Lord of the Rings, but they never take it up to the adult levels that the source material does. You will love to play these games with your kids, and they'll love you for buying them. Again, these are just a few suggestions to get you started. There are literally thousands of games out there for dozens of different gaming systems, so while these are a good start, if you have some free time, I recommend you do a little studying on popular games that are out right now. You'll learn a lot and probably get some good ideas for what to buy your kids for their birthday or Christmas. I hope this guide has helped you or someone you know. The more informed you are, the better time you and your kids can have. Until next time, Gaming Psychologist, signing off.